In today's lesson, we're going to discuss habitats. The first thing we need to address is that a habitat is always going to be something that is present. It simply represents the environment around you. So let's ask what an environment is. First, we need to discuss what is a habitat. Is it what you're wearing? Is it who you're speaking to? The answer is no. A habitat is the environment an organism lives in. Plain, simple, cut and dry. It simply refers to what is in the environment that the organism is currently living. Let's look at a West Texas jackrabbit. These animals live in an arid environment full of caliche, a specific type of limestone rock. They burrow underground, making their shelters, eating the available shrubbery, and acquiring water whenever they can. So, with that, we can break down a habitat into 4 components. Food. What do they eat? Water. How do they drink? Do they drink? Shelter. Where do they live? How do they protect themselves from the environment? And space. How much room do they need to live? Let's look at this. This is Praline. Praline is a bearded dragon. These are arid climate animals. He has, when we look at his environment, food, represented by the dish. His space is the allotted environment in his terrarium. His shelter is his log because he doesn't really burrow. And water, these animals are desert animals, so they normally drink their water off of flat surfaces. Remember that not all habitats will be the same. Not all of them are going to be desert. Not all of them are going to be jungle. Some are going to be really weird or wherever they can be. One example of that, which we've seen everywhere in our lives, is the mouse. This is a common fancy mouse found at any pet store. His shelter is the space underneath him, which is a little house. His water is in a little bottle that comes down, and his food is in his dish. They can pretty much survive anywhere. However, let's look at this. This is a hermit crab, found all along the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf Coast. These guys live in a naturally made shelter that was produced by was basically produced by another creature, and they went in. They then basically scavenge for food and live in the water. So, look at the area around you. Just quickly look around. What's in your habitat? Are you possibly on the beach? Are you near water? Are you alone? Is there a lot of space? Take these things into consideration. You may not be near some kind of environment where you're outdoors. You could be in the suburbs looking at a group of houses that are around you. You could be near a city center. You could be near basically anything. Just look at the basic parts of what's around you because that's your habitat. Think of how do you get your food? What is your main food source? How do you get your water? What is your main water provider? And the space and shelter you live in. And then you'll know basically how to tell the environment of any animal.